Usually, you don't hear the Frontier mentioned as the best truck. Often we think about the Tacoma or the F-150, but that's going to change. We all want a truck that does what it needs to do. That's it. If it looks good, then that's a plus. The new Frontier is just that, and all the extra features that we see on the new models of the Tacoma and the big brands are just extra and often useless. But they still cost us a lot. This is why the Frontier is going viral, but how did they do it? Well, watch till the end. A whole new concept. A concept based on us, the customers. Nissan did the unexpected. They listened to their own fans. All the problems we had with the old model are now fixed, and they didn't overprice this truck by adding all the extra and unnecessary features. In fact, they did the opposite. Everything about this truck is simple. And this is good. Think about it. Would you want to pay for a useless feature? We all love the Tacoma, but if we're being honest, the new models are just too much. They even installed a suspension for the seats. Do you want that? Who asked for that? And that might work for Toyota, because they're leading the market and owning a Tacoma is a bragging point. But you don't buy a Nissan for the same reason, and they finally understood that. Nissan is going against the trend and they're forging their own path. This concept of sticking to the basics dictates everything about this truck. They had to do this. The first ever Frontier was a compact truck, and when pickups got bigger, Nissan followed the trend and made the Frontier a mid-sized truck. But everything was going well for Nissan before that. They had a very dedicated fan base, and their trucks were reliable, but most of all, they did what you needed a truck to do. Basically, they were simple. Now they're going back to their roots, and what this means for us is more options and better pricing, because the demands will be less, therefore making this truck available anywhere, and it just makes the whole experience of buying a new truck much simpler. But we'll talk about the pricing details and all the trims in just a few minutes. Because before that, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Design. The new Frontier exudes a bold presence with its full LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. It has a black trim which adds to the truck's striking aesthetic. Now, of course, this is different depending on the trim you're getting, but all the models have similar concepts. The Pro 4X, which used to be the top of the line model, is now in the middle because Nissan has introduced two new trims above, and we'll talk about that in depth. For now, let's focus on this grade since it's in the middle. It can serve as a benchmark for what you'll be able to get for your money. The Pro 4X's exterior is enhanced by rugged-looking running boards. It has a 17-inch wheel that is wrapped in Hankook Dynapro AT2 all-terrain tires and features a clean silver and black contrast, with the lava red Nissan badge taking center stage. The black trim around the window trim and the blacked-out B-pillar make it look stylish and modern. For enhanced safety, blind spot monitoring is integrated into the turn signal mirrors, while the frame-filling glass of the rearview mirror provides an expansive and unobstructed view. At the back, you'll find the same rear wheel and tire setup as the front. The only difference is the smaller brake caliper. But let's talk about something that we all can't compromise on: bed size. There is a crew cab configuration option with a 5-foot bed and a king cab with a 6'1" bed. But again, this is different for different trims. In fact, you only have one option on the top trim, and this is very disappointing. But remember, Nissan is keeping it simple. And that is clearly seen in this next feature: performance. This might surprise you, but there's only one option, and it is a V6 engine that generates 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque, and it does not use a hybrid system. This is as simple as it gets. Many other companies are trying to apply the same concept to their new models. Toyota just did it on the Land Cruiser, and Ford also did the same on the Ranger, but they didn't go all the way, and this is what makes the Frontier so different. They did this so we all don't get confused by having to choose from so many different configurations. That might be part of the fun for some people, but if we're being honest, once you get to the dealership, all the fun goes out the window, and you end up wasting your time and getting confused when you only need one capable and reliable engine. And this engine is one to do just that. This truck has a respectable 6,720 pounds of towing capacity and a payload of 1,610 pounds. While it's not quite a match for the Tacoma, it falls short of the Ford Ranger by about 800 pounds. That difference could mean leaving some of your gear behind on your next road trip. The only other downside to this is that there is no hybrid, but still, this is a very efficient engine, And one of the good things about it is that it's not complex, and it's not like the new so-called modern engines that are always just too complicated to repair, even for experienced experts. This one can be fixed by anyone. You can repair it yourself. But you don't even have to worry about that, because this engine has been tested and refined for a long time and is reliable and capable. But like we said, there is no hybrid option, and that has made Nissan stick to one transmission option, a 9-speed automatic. It's not bad, it is a very decent gearbox, but in our opinion, this truck would have been a masterpiece if it had a manual transmission. Just imagine a V6 with a manual on a truck that's able to go anywhere. But it's not a big deal, and to be honest, it is for the better, because automatics are better for the environment, and that matters to all of us. But what do you think? Does this make you not consider buying this truck? We genuinely want to know. And if that is the case, then you might be missing out a lot, because we're not finished. This truck has upgraded the whole interior, and that was the main thing that Nissan has been criticized for in the past. But we'll talk about that in just a moment, because there is one more thing that this new generation is coming with: the legendary Hardbody Frontier. Remember when we talked about the dedicated fanbase Nissan had back when they released the Frontier? Those models were nicknamed the Hardbody, and Nissan is releasing a top-of-the-line trim level called the Hardbody Edition. If you didn't have a chance to witness this amazing truck back in the day, you can actually still see it on the roads. It was discontinued in 2005 when they released the second generation. But this truck is still out here fully functioning. It was reliable and capable, and it was one of the reasons why Nissan is famous today. The new Hardbody is designed very differently from the rest, and it pays homage to its roots. And in our opinion, it looks so good. But this doesn't mean everything is going to be perfect. These days, every company is jumping on the retro bandwagon, and what makes this one different is that they didn't just stop at the design. They went all in and stuck to what really worked. This off-road beast is built upon the rock-solid foundation of a production-spec Frontier SL, amped up with a new package that delivers maximum capability and premium features. This 4x4 variant boasts a stiffer suspension setup that sits slightly lower, enhancing its sporty handling and corner prowess. With a generous ground clearance of 10.1 inches, complemented by ample protective armor, it's abundantly clear that this trim is engineered to conquer any off-road challenge you throw at it. Interior design. Again, the concept of making it simple still continues here, and some have criticized Nissan because, in the name of simplicity, the new Frontier is covered with plastic all over. Whether it is a good thing or bad depends on your preference. In our opinion, it looks decent, they did a good job, but the plastic might make it look and feel somewhat cheap. But it might be a way of actually cutting down on unnecessary costs and actually making it cheap, because this new model has improved in the most important parts. It comes with Nissan's latest and greatest safety suite package and a new version of the famous zero-gravity seats. The cabin has got a huge upgrade, and that is not our opinion, it is a fact. Compared to the previous model, the Frontier's cabin is now 80% less noisy. You can drive this truck on the roughest terrain and you won't hear a thing. Finally, let's talk about the numbers. Price. The Hardbody Edition starts at an attractive $42,000, while the base models begin at just $32,000. This places it competitively within the mid-sized truck segment, and if you really think about it, it is a great value for money. It is everything you'll need, and what you see is what you get, as simple as that. While it may not be the most affordable option, its capability and durability are undeniable. If what you want is individuality and practicality, the new Frontier is the way to go. But what do you think? Is it worth it? Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.